Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You are now tuning in to episode 49 of the Off the Menu podcast. I am your friend, your host, Key, here with my brothers, my co-hosts, P and Tay.
Hello, everyone.
And a special guest, a very special guest. I am happy to introduce to you, get your berries, Phat. Go get it. Big Stepper going crazy.
What up, Barry?
My
good,
guy.
This is little big cousin. That's how I say it because a lot of like everyone around my age and stuff, we all did the same shit, and we always watched Barry growing up. And then out of nowhere, he went on a trajectory to change. He's like career path and all this shit. Boom.
Did my own thing.
Yeah. This the dude right here, man. Yeah. Shout out to my guy.
I only knew he was home when he what? Push down on my mic? Yeah. Why?
As always, before I forget, we got IT technical support in the back seat. Fu Ying going.
And that's why she's technical support. Yeah, dude.
Nah,
like,
for reals, man. This fool was never home.
Never.
This is my little cousin, by the way, man. If you've seen this little short dude walking around on 56 with some red skinny jeans and a purple polo.
Hello.
It was this motherfucker right here.
I was one of them.
It was him or his brothers.
Matt had the same fit too.
I can't see Matt dressing like that.
Oh man, that was
crazy
crazy.
stuff. Some crazy fits.
They were loving it. They were like sponsored by Aeropostale.
DGK,
American Eagle.
American Eagle. No, that's what they had on.
Yeah, they had that. What
That one
shoes?
brand, like it's like the F, like the famous. I don't know if it's famous.
Famous Stars and Stripes.
I think
Straps.
so, yeah,
Famous Stars and
yeah,
Straps.
yeah.
Crazy.
Gang related, you couldn't wear that in junior high and shit. Yeah, they thought it looked like a gun.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Well, it was all gun stuff. I see what it was.
he said, "I see it."
Yeah, but like we said, this is family though. This is a little big cousin because like
Going crazy.
when growing up, I'm older, so I just gotta watch him grow up. And like he was leaving his bikes outside, and we don't see him home
All the homies.
for 4 or 5 weeks. That's the only time you knew he was home, and his bikes were out there. That was
Yeah,
it.
but
I
just
slept
my
in his
bike.
room when he was gone.
I was never home because I was doing my thing.
Yeah. Now he's always
Dumb
home.
shit. Yeah, now I'm always home. Yeah, now I'm always home. Yeah, literally.
Going crazy.
Yeah. But for those who don't know who you are you and what do you do?
My name is Barry. I'm a barber. I'm 24 and
Going crazy.
based out of Salt Lake. Been cutting hair for like 4 years. I started in 2019. Kind of like the ending of 2019. I went into school like February of 2019, and then I graduated like September, and then just after that, just been doing my thing.
Right out of high
skyrocketing.
school too, man.
Yeah,
Right out of high school.
Fuck, because out of high school, graduated 2017, Copper Hills, which was ass. Good school though, for sure. Like, don't get me wrong, but the first like 2 years after I graduated, I wasn't really doing anything. Like not a damn thing. Like, and then I was just doing some dumb shit, you know. And then what kind of got me into doing like what I was doing. So the first time I ever went to a barber shop was when I was like 14. It was Authentic Cuts. Shout out to Ivan.
Shout out to Ivan.
Yeah,
one
shout out to
time.
Ivan. Shout out to Caesar too, because he's the one who kind of put me
Shout
on
outs
like a
to-
barbershop. And he used to cut my hair. My mom used to fuck my shit up when I was like,
Fuck.
younger, bro.
Bowl
Like,
We all
cut.
been there. We all
nah,
been there.
literally, like,
Bull.
I got a half bowl cut.
Bro, I remember we used to be sitting on the chair outside on the patio fucking crying.
yes,
Yeah.
bro.
Should be cutting us, so we just crying.
I was,
Oh, man.
I remember in 3rd grade, my mom fucked my hair up so bad, like, and I had picture day, like, the next day. It had, like, you can't wear hats in school, you
Yeah.
know, or just none like that. I went to school, and we had picture day, and I had, like, this beanie on, and, like, the teacher just kept telling me, like, take it off, and I was just denying it. Like, I was just being so stubborn to the point, like, I don't know if I was crying or what, but I was for sure throwing, like,
angry.
a little,
He was-
just throwing a fit, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, nah, I ain't taking it off, like, and then she just got, like, to the point where she was like, you know, all right, fuck it, you know, just keep it on, you know, and then, like when we took pictures, I was the only person with like the beanie on.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, like I had
We gonna have to
the
post
biggest,
that.
Yeah, the biggest smile on my face. But I'm gonna try to find that picture for sure. I'll send it to y'all, though, for real. But
Nah, man.
yeah, like so I really back to like how I kind of started doing like what I'm doing. So like when I first went to the barbershop, Ivan was the owner of Authentic, and Caesar would get a cut from him. So like I was like a walk-in, you know. So I just go to like some random barber. It was like the first time actually like ever getting like a skin fade, you know, like an actual haircut where I was like, damn, I look good, you know. Kind of got that confidence, you know. This and this. Next time I went, I would wait for Ivan like I would get there at like his shop would open at like 10. I'd get there at like 9, but he would be booked out like crazy.
Gotta wait an hour or two.
I would wait like 4 hours, bro. I wouldn't like I'd get my haircut around like 1 o'clock, and I get there at like 9. You know, but like this is how like I figured out that I wouldn't mind cutting hair because I would just chill in the shop, but like I wouldn't be bored. You know, I'd be chopping it up with him or just people who'd walk in. You know, people would just come up to me. You know, just make conversation, whatever it is. You know, and then like it'd be like my turn. You know, like probably like the third time I got my haircut from him, and he's like, "Hey, bro," he's like. And this is when like we didn't really know each other, you know. So he was like, I noticed that you always like be waiting for me, you know. He's like, I make appointments, you know that, right? And I didn't know what like appointments were, you know. I was like, oh, like hell yeah, you know.
Pulling up in the walk-ins.
I was just pulling up with the walk-ins, dog. Literally, bro. I just pull up, you know, and then like
do that?
finally got his number, you know, and then like I would start locking in with him, you know. Ended up getting hella close to him, and there was a point. This probably when I was like 15. I was probably like beginning of like my sophomore year, and He brought up the question. He was like, "Hey, bro, like, you ever thought about cutting hair?" I was like, "No, like, I haven't," you know. And he was like, "Fuck." He's like, "When you get older, you know, get your license or like whatever you want to do, you know, whatever don't work, you know, like come cut hair. Like, I'll have a spot open for you." So I was like, "Oh hell yeah," you know.
Yeah.
Fucking senior year comes by, you know. I applied for JTech, and I went into barber class, you know. So like the first semester of senior year, like the first for like 2 periods, I would be at like some other school, you know, fucking just doing hair. But we didn't even cut hair. Like that's the thing. Like we just watched videos, you know. We didn't really have mannequins either. We would just kind of like sanitize our tools without even cutting, you know, just kind of teaching us like the basics, you know.
Learning the process.
Yeah, learning the process. Yeah. And then when I graduated, to fall back on, they told me like, oh, like I know you did JTech, like you have 200 hours, you know, so whenever you want to start school, you have that little like leverage you could land on. So all right, cool, you know. So but I didn't really take that advice, you know. I just started doing fucking whatever.
So you already had hours put in.
Yeah, I already had hours put in. But like when I went to school, they didn't give me those hours like right then and there. I had to hit 500 hours, and then they added my 200 hours on. So that's how I kind of graduated a little bit earlier than like most of my class, you know. So wasn't too bad.
Yeah. What is the process? Like, how many hours did you have to get in total?
1,000. So Utah, it's 1,000, I think. I think in like Cali and like other states, it's like 1,500. Yeah. You know, I do want to go back to school or even do like an apprentice just to learn how to like women's cuts, like, you know, kind of like cosmetology.
Yeah.
You know, like dyeing hair, doing perms, you know.
Just a little elevate your game
like,
and stuff.
Yeah, because like one day, like when I do open up my shop, like, cause like I've witnessed this working at Ivan's shop, you know, like before, like his mom was, cause like his mom works there, you know, and she does like, you know, like coloring and all that. But sometimes like she wouldn't be there, you know, and people would come in and be like, hey, like I want a perm, or like girls would come in, you know, or guys, like I want to dye my hair, you know, this and this. And then he would have to send that service somewhere else. Oh, you feel me? So like for me, like I think it'd be nice to just kind of lock down on the shit that I can't do. Yeah. Just so when I am ready, you know, and someone comes in and like, hey bro, like can you do highlights, or, you know, or like can you perm my hair? I could do it instead of having to be like, fuck bro, like I can't, you know, like I'm gonna have to recommend you somewhere else where they're getting your bread, you know, this and this. So I do need to lock down on that for sure. Yeah. I just gotta find the time.
Yeah, you're trying to just be a one-stop shop, right?
One-stop shop for sure. You know, just have everything. You know,
Brazilian wax.
I can't know about all that, my boy.
He said Brazilian. A manzillion.
Men only.
I for sure want to learn how to wax. So like wax people's eyebrows. You know, like their nerve.
Oh yeah,
like
their face.
Yeah, like their face or nose. You know, because like you could charge pretty, you know, a good amount for sure.
And it's easy too.
Yeah, and it's easy.
Simple.
Exactly.
Just go, boom.
It's simple. It's simple. You know,
because I used to get my shit done too.
That's hard.
And then my shit gets too hairy now, so I had to stop fucking with it.
Yeah, because when you do cut it or whatever, it grows back.
Goes in thick and shit.
For sure it does.
Yeah, I recently did my nose hairs. I did my nose hairs. Bro, that shit felt so good. I thought that shit was gonna hurt.
I want to do that, bro, because I heard that
Bro.
you could breathe,
Bro.
like so much better. Nah,
So much
literally, I
better.
heard that you could hella breathe good, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, damn, like,
But see, your nose hairs are supposed to be there to protect you
Protect you,
from
yeah.
like, you know, some
Yeah.
allergens and shit.
Nasty
Oh,
shit.
fuck all that shit, bro.
I still be allergic to everything.
Yeah, bro. That shit felt so nice, man. Going crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a weird pain tolerance where I can rip off like hairs off my body and not feel it. Like I can literally rip off armpit hair, nose hair, and stuff, and I don't feel anything.
oh my god, you guys ever
Yeah.
get like your eyebrows like plucked with like?
Yeah, I used to get
Yeah.
mine
Them
threaded.
shits
Bro,
hurt.
them
Yeah, I've had
fucking-
shit do that.
that shit fucking hurts, bro.
Yeah.
Like my eyes be watering. I'd be like fucking scrubbing the shit.
Bro,
out of
Literally
it,
sit like
dog.
this.
The
Jennifer
under-
does mine. I sit like this.
Yeah.
Oh God, you clinching?
Yeah.
No, dude, I have to clinch because my under part right here, they go for one full strip. So there's like thick and they go
Ming.
boom. I'm, like,
Oh, you're getting your shit fucking
Threaded?
peeled?
I'm getting mine threaded.
threaded.
Oh,
Yeah,
Reddit
that
hurts
is-
too. I have my
bro.
shit
I
heard
threaded a
that bitch
couple
hurts too,
times,
yeah.
And then
I ain't doing that.
My skin complexion doesn't let me thread it anymore because my eyebrows are too light, but my skin's too dark.
Yeah.
So last time I got it threaded, I looked like I got a weird suntan all over my forehead.
It's all light, right?
Yeah.
It's all like you got like a tan line.
I was all confused. I was like, man, I just got back from Hawaii and everything. My eyebrows threaded, but I was like, why is my skin looking all crazy?
Fuck, bro. So you finished school, and I'm sure you went to Ivan's shop and you're like, hey bro, I got my shit.
Yeah.
Like put me in a chair.
Yeah, so let me tell you guys the journey of how I actually got into school. So, me as a person, like, and I'm super grateful for this. Like, I never had to like work a real job, you know, or like
That's
bounce
crazy.
or like bounce around. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
like just I was not working. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go apply here, you know,
Mhm.
this and this, you know. So the only job I ever worked, you know, was like a call center, and we would kind of like, it was kind of like Indeed, you know, like we would call people, and we were, what is it, like outbound? Is
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
outbound?
outbound
Is
calls.
that what it's
Yeah.
called? Yeah.
Yeah,
So we would be like
outbound.
outbound, you know. So like we would call people from like the east side, and they're like they are so aggressive. Like I never like, and like they would tell me, oh yeah, like you know, like they're kind of like rude, but that's just how they are, you know. Like
Yeah.
but this is up front, you know. Like people from the West Coast, they kind of take it like, you know, like all down, like he was being a dick, you know. But that's
Yeah.
just like East Coast people, like they're just up front, you know. Like they're like they'll let you know.
Mhm.
And I remember, so we basically like call like small business owners, you know, and like basically recommend people who are like I'll say like on their job list are looking for this and this and this. We would have like a candidate or whatever, like a candidate list, you know, with people who have those things where we would kind of just recommend them, you
Right,
know.
those traits.
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
those traits. And I was probably there for like, bro, like 4 months, you know, like 4 months. And I was like, I can't do this. Like,
Yeah.
like damn, like people really be doing this. Like,
Yeah.
like props to them, you know, because me, I can't. Like, I literally can't. Like, I really don't open up to like my mom or like my dad about like how I feel, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of just keep it to myself. But this time, like, I really like my mom brought my mom brought it up to me, you know, like, and she never really brings up nothing like that, you know. So like, I remember this one day, bro, I'd wake up at like 6 in the morning, you know,
Yeah.
like having to get ready for work. But every time I'd wake up, I'd be like, man, fuck this. Like, I ain't
Yeah.
even trying to go, you know. And then like being in that mindset doesn't even like make it like you don't even want to go. And like
Yeah.
when you kind of like force yourself to go, you're just like, man, fuck, this is gonna be a long ass day. And we're like, my mom comes home from work and she kind of works graveyards, you know, and like I was still up, you know, and she's like, oh, like don't you have work in the morning? I was like, yeah. She's like, can I talk to you? It was like kind of weird, you know. I was like, because we never had this talk ever, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like my first time, you know. And she
Right.
was like, I've noticed like you're not like who you are. Like I noticed that you're not happy, smiling like how you usually do. Like what's wrong, you know? And I just kept kind of beating around. I was like nothing, you know. Like felt like worse just been kicking my ass, you know, this and this. And she's like, are you happy? And this, and I was just like honestly, like I'm not happy. I since I started working here, I have not been happy. Like this is not for me. And I was kind of told my mom, like, cause like my mom knew that I went to JTech, you know, and all that kind of was interested in cutting hair, you know. And this is like the time like my dad was living out in Cali, you know, so he wasn't really with us, you know. It was just like my
Right.
mom
Yeah.
kind of taking care of like me and like 2 of my brothers and my sister, you know.
Me.
Yeah, and yeah,
Everyone,
you too,
everyone.
Jennifer, bro, Mike.
We all
you,
been
bro.
there.
I was
No,
living there at
literally,
the
yeah.
same time as this. all
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
you really
going
was
on.
living there at the same time.
Yeah.
And like, I remember like I just told her, I wouldn't say like I kind of broke down, but like in a way I did break down,
Yeah.
you know. I was just like, I'm not happy. Like I wake up every morning, like not even want to do anything, you know, like, and I have to force myself to do something that I don't want to do. And she was like, just quit. And I'm just like, just quit. Like what am I going to do? You know, she's like, go into school. Like you always said you wanted to cut hair. you know, this and this. So I was like, fuck it, you know, and I didn't even put in my 2 weeks. I just didn't show up. I just stopped. Probably like,
I remember that shit.
Like that day I did go, you know, like the next morning I did go, but after that I stopped going. And like big, you know, a big shout out to like my mom and like my dad, because they like my dad was like, and we didn't, and like when I kind of first went into school, so like and shout out to Sorali, because if it wasn't for her, bro, I probably wouldn't even be cutting hair, because
Shout out
like,
Sunny Kicks one time.
because like, you know, like that, I don't know how to explain it, but basically like when we first, like I want to say like first started dating, probably like 2 years in, you know, we started dating, and like this is why like I'm so grateful for her, like for everything, because she literally sat me down. I remember like we were in my driveway, bro, like, you know, about to go inside, and she's like, this is kind of when I quit my job too. I barely quit that, you know, probably, you know, been like 4 months since I quit, you know, wasn't doing nothing, not even enrolling in the school, this and this. And she was like, she literally told me, she was like, if you don't go into school or do anything like us, we're done. Because like, she's like, so I don't want to see you like this. I don't want to be with somebody that's not doing shit. Bro, literally the next fucking day, bro, I fucking called the barber school, bro. I'm like, hey, like,
The boy got scared.
No, literally, I got scared, but I didn't want to lose her, bro. So I was like, no, I gotta lock in, you know. So like, I called the school, you know, and they're like, hey, like we have an opening for like orientation, like February 4th, you know. I was like, all right, cool, you know. So I pull up, you know, this and this, and like, going to school, you know, I'm meeting like all like the teachers, you know, and like they're kind of breaking it down to me, like, you know, like, are you gonna pay for this in full? You know, like we have this program called FAFSA, you know, this and this. So I was like, all right, cool, you know, and I liked it, you know, and like she was like, you could leave or you could just kind of stay and shadow people. So all right, cool, you know. Big shout out to the homie JT, bro, because this is where I met my homie. This is where I met JT. This is literally where I met JT. So I'm walking through the school, you know, and like I'm looking at everybody cutting hair, you know, and like not trying to like, you know, talk shit on anybody, but they wasn't getting down, you know. But there was one barber that stuck out to me, and it was JT. And I'm not the type to go up to anybody and be like, hey, bro, you know, like, what's up? You know, I'm really like an introvert, you know. Yeah, I ain't trying to be glazing like that. You know? No.
Stupid.
I ain't trying to be glazing like that. But, bro, like, honestly, like, something in me just, like, you know, like, I just had to, you know, just be like, just kind of get out, like my comfort zone, you know. And I literally went up to him, and I was like, hey, bro, like, you're fucking, like, you're nasty, you know, like, you're hella good, you know, and he's just like, he's like, you better start, and I was like, yeah, you know, he started chopping it up, you know, and he's just like, fuck, bro, like, if you do start, like you know where to find me, like, I'll be here, you know, so I was like, all right, cool. Started school, you know, and
he was already licensed and a barber and everything?
So he wasn't licensed, he was like, he's probably like two months before he got his license.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I kind of, like, pulled up when, like, he was about to leave, you know, and, I remember this one time, bro. This is when like I got humbled in barber school. Like it was so funny, bro. So like there's this one instructor that, and it sticks to me till this day. You know, his name was Rob, and he would always tell me like, never forget where you came from. You know, like whatever you start, you know, when someone starts the shit that you're doing, and like they're struggling, you know, listen, and they ask you for advice, whatever. Like you were there, you know, like you know how it is, you know. So whatever, and like say you're still doing what you're doing, give them advice, you know, let them know, you know, like I get it, you know, this and this. And I remember, bro, fucking like I thought I was hella good, you know. I thought I was getting down in school, bro. Like, and I remember fucking like this dude, this white boy comes in, bro, and he's like, can you do a burst fade? And I never done one of those, so I was like, yeah, you know, like I got you, you know. Fucking, and that's the thing, bro. Like the teachers there, bro, they didn't like. They would check off anything. You feel me? Like it looked like shit, whatever. They would still check it off. Like, oh yeah, you're good. You know, no, literally. So to me, you know, I was just like, you know, I'm doing this burst phase, you know, I'm this little white boy. I'm thinking I'm killing it. You know, I'm like, hell yeah, hell yeah. You know, bro, fucking, and I'm the only one probably in my section that's cutting hair. So all the barbers around me are just posted. You know, watching. I mean, there's probably like 3-4 other people that were cutting hair. You know, and I remember I was done, bro, and the teacher checked it off. You know, listen, I'm feeling good. You know, I'm like, hell yeah, you know, fucking the dude. I literally take off the cape. You know, the dude like he's about to stand up. JT comes up to me, literally like right behind me, bro, and he's like, tells the kid to sit back down, and it was like, so like everybody's like all eyes on me now. You feel me? And I'm thinking like, damn, like fuck. But you know, you could take criticism 2 ways. You know, you could see that as like, oh, he's hating on me, or you could take it in and be like, oh, he's trying to help me out. Right. You know, he's trying to see me do good. You know, this and this, and that's how I took it. You know, so he sat back down. You know, and he's just fucking saying, you see this, this is fucked up, this is in front of that kid, bro. That kid's just sitting there. He's like sitting there like, just like fuck like that.
So talking about my head.
No, literally, so like I remember fucking he's like, I'm gonna do this side. He's like, I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but I'm gonna just kind of show you, and then I'm gonna have you do the other side.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool, and I'm kind of more of like a hands-on type of learner. You're like, I can't really watch videos, and be like, okay, he's doing this, I'm gonna try that, I really can't do that. Like I've tried multiple times, like when I first started cutting hair, I would look up so many YouTube videos. I would probably spend like 4 hours a day just watching videos on how to cut hair, and then I hit up the homie, hey bro, like let me try this on you, like let me try this on you, and fucking dude's fucking, he's doing it, and fucking he's showing me, dude, and it's looking so much better. I'm like, damn, like I hella like in my head I was like, I hella fucked up. I fucked this dude up bad, and fucking so like we get to the right side, and like I'm doing it, and he's sitting there next to me, trying to basically point, pointing me to like the right direction, and fucking I'm doing it, and then like fucking probably like 30 minutes goes by, I'm done, and dude, it looks so much fucking dude, so much better.
Shout out to JT
no,
one
literally,
time,
bro.
man.
And like that's
Going
one
crazy.
thing that I'll always remember out of like this whole road of like what I'm doing, experience,
Right.
like it's him, like basically like kind of like humbling me, like, I'm thinking like, I was probably like 3 months in,
tell him to sit back down.
No, literally, bro. Like, and it was so bad, bro.
It's true though, because
like,
he could have.
It was nice,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Like,
He could have easily just
let it go.
didn't say
Yeah.
shit
No,
and just
literally.
let the dude
Bro,
walk out.
After
Right.
that, bro, every fucking haircut, I wouldn't even get a teacher. I would go to him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, bro, like, how does this look? And he'd be like, oh, like, in some cuts, he'd be like, oh, hell yeah, you killed it, Some cuts, he'd be like, you see this line right here? Like, just get a 1, flick it out. And I'd do it and flick out, I'm just, oh, damn, hell yeah.
Fire.
Like, fuck yeah,
Right.
so
Just
fuck.
little things, yeah.
Exactly. It's like the little things, so like, fuck the teachers there, bro. Like, they like, and honestly, like, they would just teach us how to sanitize, which would, and like in any like beauty industry, that's like one thing you have to get down is, cleaning your tools,
Right.
making sure like your environment's clean,
Right.
whatever it is, So yeah, big shout out to JT, bro, because fuck, dog, like
Yeah.
that was one person that actually like sat me down and was like, hey, like you gotta work on this, you know,
Right.
because none of my teachers ever told me, like,
Yeah.
hey, bro,
Hey,
like
this looks kind of bad.
like do this,
Right.
and like going back to like, never start like, like never forget where you came from. I remember there's this one kid, bro, he would like be in he was like a new class, and like there's this one interaction, bro. I was literally probably bare about to graduate. JT was already graduated, so but I kind of already got like the hands down on majority of things, and fucking there's this one kid, he would come up to me and he'd be like, hey bro, like can you help me do this dude's beard, and I was like, yeah, like I got you, like I'm not gonna do it for you, but like I'll kind of show you how to do
Right.
it, but I want you to do it. Don't worry, like I'll be right here, like don't be nervous, this and this, and like and he was like an older guy, so like I understand like where he's coming, so like when he went to go get help, it makes him kind of like self-conscious, like, oh damn, like he's about to like he doesn't even like know what he's doing, he's about to fuck my shit up, this and this, so I pull up on him, and fucking dude's sitting there and he's just like, he wants his beard, just a little bit shorter, but he doesn't want to run a guard, he wants it all freehand, so, and it was a pretty long fucking beard, and I'm just like, honestly, bro, like ask him like what shape he wants it, if he wants it like kind of rounded or like more like a V. And then like once you get that down, you kind of have to like scope it, like if it's gonna be round, like it's kind of like common sense, you would kind of like go around, but if it's like a V, you would kind of dig in, and fucking he was like, can you do one side, I was like yeah, like I'll show you, and literally brought and like when I was doing it, I remember like
Flashbacks.
no, literally PTSD, bro.
Right.
I was like, oh hell no, like I've been through this, so I'm gonna try to help him out as much as I can, and fucking. So I kind of show him, and then like when I would get him the clippers, he was still really nervous,
Right.
and the guy could see it, and the guy was like, hey bro, can you just do my beard? Like I think he's gonna mess it up. I'm just like, honestly, bro, like you're in barber school, like this is not a
Right.
barber shop. Like it
Exactly.
literally says school. Like you come here, you're paying $5 for a haircut
Exactly.
and a beard. You got to know like what you're paying for.
Right.
People are here to learn. You
Right.
know,
They're
and
gonna
you're-
learn on you.
Hello.
And you're
Hello,
no,
Barry.
and you're like, and
Yeah.
you're, you feel me? Like you
You make
can't
it a
just
little worse,
you
you
can't
know?
just come in here thinking like you're gonna get a fucking
Top-tier cut,
$30
yeah.
haircut, you know, this
Right.
and this. Like, it's $5. You paid $5. You feel me? Like, we'll do our best, whatever, but we're all learning. And he was like, oh, like I understand, you know, this and
There
this.
you go.
And then like he kind of shut up that like the whole time, you know, and he was doing it, you know, and I would have to grab the clippers from him like sometimes like, hey, like you kind of missed this part, you know, and I kind of just hit it for him, you know, and then like after that, fucking, you know, like when that guy left, he was like, bro, like thank you, you know, and so
Right.
honestly, bro, like you're gonna get that a lot because like I got it a lot, you know, but you gotta understand that like you're in school, you're
Right.
doing this to learn, like
Exactly.
you're not trying to get down, like you can't just go in. And some people, bro, like they'll join and they'll be hella good, but like they've been usually cutting for like 2 years before they,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
just to get
cutting up the
licensed.
homies
exactly,
and
you know,
shit.
cutting up the
Yeah.
homies, whatever, you know, like they're just doing it to get their license now, you know, so like, yeah, that was like one of like the most like really good experiences in
Oh, of
barber school.
course,
No,
'cause,
for sure, you know, help them out, you know, and it made me feel good. I was like, hell yeah,
Very heartwarming.
I'm like the senior
You
barber.
gotta take
now,
it all
you know,
in
you really
first
do
before
gotta
you
take it
can
all in.
before you
You
can
really
give it
do.
back. So you know that's nice to hear that you actually had a chance to take it all in and then give it all back to the other dude too, which is good. Shout outs to Barry's one
Yeah,
time.
it was
man.
he was cool.
That's
Yeah.
Guy was cool.
that's cool though that you had a full circle moment though.
No,
Yeah.
hell
All
yeah,
within
it
the
really
time
did.
you were in school.
That's
yeah,
lit,
a
yeah.
full circle moment, you know, like
Yeah.
like I literally saw myself in him because like I could tell that he was nervous, and I was like, bro, I was just like you know, and then like, but all eyes were on him, like how all eyes were on me,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, so like I had like more pressure, but I didn't really care, you know, because I was just there, just you know, I was getting my license, you know,
Right.
just do what I gotta do. If I fuck up, you know, it happens, you know, like. You know, like it's what it's not whatever, but like you know, like you know, they're paying $5, you know, and like he was a
Yeah.
kid too, so like he didn't really care about his haircut, you know. So I was like, oh hell yeah, you know. But this dude was older, so he kind of understood like
Yeah.
what a good haircut is, you know, this
Yeah.
and this. So
That's still kind of crazy that people would go into places like that and have expectations
No,
higher
it-
than
dude,
it should.
it's
Bro,
crazy.
it's crazy you put that in perspective, bro. Because
It won't.
honestly,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't want anybody to fuck my shit up. But then
I used
bro,
to
you're
go do
paying-
that.
But you're paying $5
yeah,
bucks
you're
for
paying
barber
$5.
school.
Exactly.
Like, you
Right.
understand?
Yeah.
You got people that are barely just starting to
Exactly.
cut
You
hair.
can't go in there and request too much. Like I used to go to a barber school and to get my shit cut, and mine was easy though. I'm gonna get a number 2, a high fade, and that's it.
Right.
And now they would never mess it up because it's simple.
Right.
But then there you had to go. You have dudes going there. It's like I need
beards
I
and
need
shit,
I need
yeah.
skin to a half to a 1
Yeah.
mid fade and
Burst
then
fade type
yeah.
shit,
I'm
yeah.
like
Like,
whoa.
Goddamn, bro.
No, yeah, they be
Pay
asking-
$5, bro.
I heard there's this one time, bro. Fucking, I was cutting like some dude, bro. It was like some white dude, and he was telling me like, bro, and it's crazy because a lot of people in that will go to that school, bro, and they'll brag about how much money they have and all these businesses that they own. I remember I was just cutting this. I hella got. I got. Like, I don't know if like you could get written up in school, but like I think like I got written up for sure because there's this one time, bro. Fucking, this dude was telling me about like you know. He's like, oh yeah, like I own like 2 businesses, you know. I own like a car wash and I own like a garage parking lot. I was like, oh, like hell yeah, you know. And he's like, and he's telling me like, kind of like flexing on me, saying like, I got all this bread coming in, you know, whatever, this and this. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, he's gonna take care of me. Yeah, that's like my mindset, you know. Because if he's
Right.
bringing out all this money, you know, like he's gonna take care of me, you know, like whatever. Even if it's like $5, you know. Like that was a lot in barber school. You feel me? Like
Yeah, them
like,
tipping it all was
like
yeah.
we didn't even get paid.
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm
feel
saying,
me?
yeah.
Like, we didn't even
Right.
get paid, you know. So like, fucking, I get done with the haircut, bro. He's like, oh yeah, like I love it, you know. Like, what's your number? This and this. I give him like my info, and dude fucking tits me fucking $1 in quarters, bro. Bro, in fucking quarters. I remember
Car
like,
wash.
Bro, I remember. no, literally. But I looked at him, bro. I was like, honestly, dog, like I'm good, you know. And he's like, but no, and like I should have been like been grateful for sure. But, you know, like don't get me wrong, you know. But like, literally, bro, like,
You could keep that.
but like I was like in my head, I was like, this dude's bragging about all these businesses he owns, this and this.
You just felt like it was disrespectful.
exactly. I just
Yeah.
felt like it was like you know like disrespectful, you know. And
Bragging about
Bro, I wouldn't take it.
Motherfucker getting a $5 haircut,
no, bro,
man.
literally, bro, like I didn't even take it. Like I was like, no, like I'm good, you know, like keep that, you know. And he's like, no, like this is for you. I'm like, no, like I'm cool, you know, this and this. And then he's like, where's your instructor? You know, fucking gets my instructor, bro, and fucking like the instructor comes, you know, and she's like, what's the problem, you know? And he's like, he's not taking like my money. And I literally broke it down to her. I was like he's telling me that this and this, and then like I literally tell like I felt disrespected. He just gave me some quarters. Like, no, I'm cool on that, you know. Like I don't need that, you know. It's whatever, you know. And fucking
Let him know.
she was like, she's like, try to calm him down, you know. I didn't know why he was all heated up either, you know. I was like, bro, like, I'm good, dog, you know. And like the way I said it to bro, it was like so nice. I was like, bro, like no, thank you, you know. Like you could like go ahead, you know, like I'm good on that, you know. he was like, Dan, like you're gonna be ungrateful, this and this. It's like not even that, bro. Like, I just feel like disrespected, you know. He's like, how? Like, bro, you're telling me like you make all this money and you give me fucking quarters? Like, come on now. Like, what type of shit is that, bro? I'm sorry, bro. I don't care who you are, bro. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, at least like $1 bill, I'd be cool with. You feel
Or
me?
you just
Like,
didn't have to brag about all the shit that you had at all.
Exactly. No, exactly. Or even like mention like how he be moving, you know. And like I remember like, you know, like, and I was getting hot, bro. Like I was getting hot, you know. And she was like, you know, just go in the theater room. That's where like we would do like our book work, you know. So like I just left, you know. I walked there, you know. He left, and she comes in and she's like, whatever they offer you, just gotta take it. This and this. Like I know, like I understand like where you're coming from. I was like, honestly like nah, like I'm sorry, like. You could tell me that, but I'm cool. Like, you know, and it kind of like, and she didn't want to drag it on. So she was like, okay, like you're done cutting hair for today, you know? And I probably had like 4 more hours, you know? So I just stayed and did book work, you know?
Yeah.
Just fucking did this, you know? So like, yeah, that was
crazy,
like
bro.
another experience like that I've had in barber school for sure, bro. Like
Boy owns 2 businesses. Going
No,
to barber
literally.
A
school.
car wash.
going
Hey,
to a
let's go.
barber school,
Going to a
bro,
barber
like,
school to get a $5
$5
And
haircut.
tipping in
haircut.
quarters on top of that.
No, bro, I was heated.
Make
bro.
that
like,
make sense, people.
No, yeah, literally, I
Well,
was so heated.
It makes sense.
bro.
This
Like,
fool owns a car wash. He got quarters.
Yeah, that does. But
He's got a
so
pocket full of
bad,
quarters. He
bro.
got rolls.
Stupid, bro. Wow,
funny.
that's crazy. I remember you would come home. So let's rewind this back a little bit, going back to that call center, because I remember I worked the night shift at the smoke shop, and this motherfucker would just come home early. I'd be, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, where you like?
No,
Supposed to be
yeah.
early? Like, oh no, they said we could leave. And this motherfucker, almost like every other day type shit. Motherfucker would just leave early
I just did, bro.
from work. I was like, all right, for sure, let's smoke then. You know, let's kick it.
yeah,
You know, so we kick it. But yeah, I realized that too. That food, you just were not happy at this job. I remember he was dreading going to work.
yeah, bro. It was
And then like I think like right after you started going to barber school, you can see like an instant change.
yeah, no,
In
literally,
like
even,
in everything, in
Yeah.
emotion, everything. Fool was excited to come home, kick it, tell everyone about the stories he was cutting up and all this fucking shit, you know. So yeah, man, no, shout outs to you and fucking BA too, man. Shout outs to
my mom,
moms
bro.
one time for like
like
really-
even like my dad, bro. So like fucking. So when I first went into school, like my mom, like we didn't have fucking 12 bands just to throw down
Right.
on school. You feel me? Like
Fuck no.
so I try to do fast food, you know, and like when they gave me like the paper, it was like basically like who's like the household, you know, like their income.
right.
You know, like my dad wasn't sending my mom bread. You know, my dad was out in Cali doing his own thing, whatever the fuck he was doing, you know. And like my mom wouldn't get no checks from him, you know. And like my dad would call my mom telling her like, you know, like yeah, like, I'm gonna send you money. I'm gonna send you like 5,000. I'm gonna send you like 2,000. But we never got it, you know. So
Right.
and this is when and shout out to like my brother Max and my brother Matt. This is when they had to step up. You feel me? Like they would have to like my mom would have to ask them for money, and like as a parent, you feel me? Like I feel like my mom, like she hated doing that, you know. She hated having to ask like my brothers for money, you
Right.
know. But like, you know, like my brothers would just give it to her because they understand the situation, you know, that you know we were in at the time, you know, this and this. And like I remember I tried to apply for FAFSA, you know, and like I did get approved, which was I'm super grateful. You know, they paid 7 bands, you know, so I just had to pay back 5. But I had to put in when I first probably like the 3rd month of barber school, I had to give them $2,500. My mom only had $1,500, you know, that she can give me. And so I called my dad and like I was like, hey, like I don't know if you know, like we don't like since we went out to Cali, we kind of, I wouldn't say we didn't talk, you know,
Right.
but we didn't talk as much, you know, like and it was like for me to ask my dad for money, you know, it was a lot to take into me to ask my dad for money because my dad's not the type to just be like, yo, yeah, here, you know,
Yeah.
this and this, you know, he'll tell me like, you know, like go get it, you know,
You need to
basically
go
like
fucking
Yeah,
go do
go
do some
yourself.
work.
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like
Go find
go
work. You
work,
get that
you know,
band.
and
Yeah.
like, and I tried. That's why I was working, you know, like I tried to save money to go to school, you know, but it just wasn't working out. But my dad, you know, I tell my dad like, hey, like I just need 1,000 for school. That's it, you know. Literally 4 days later, he sends my mom a check. You know, boom. I'm just like, damn. Like, so I got approved for FAFSA at that time, you know. So everything was like locked in. So now it's just getting my hours now,
Right.
you know, passing the test, you know, whatever it is, you know. So super grateful.
Did you
for my
Did you
dad.
fail?
I failed 3
I
times,
was gonna
bro.
say I feel like I remember you failing.
I failed 3 times,
Yeah,
bro.
I
Like it was
remember.
The written
bro,
test, right?
The written
Yeah,
test.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
written
the
test.
practical, I passed my first time, bro, and like first test, and you have to have at least like a 75% to pass, the written test. And first test, I remember fucking it was like 59%. I
remember you were stressed.
bro. Bro, I was like, no fuck, bro. And I was doing flashcards, like I was reading I was doing like, we had like a study guide, bro. I would read that fucking every day, every night before I go to sleep,
Right.
Try to lock it in, Second time, it's like 65%. I'm like, all right, I'm getting there, I'm getting there,
better. Getting there.
Third try, bro, I fucking barely passed on a 77%. And I was like, I'm gonna take that in. Like, I'm taking that in. Like, I passed. You feel me? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I passed.
I remember you were mad because you were
So-
like, man, like you said that they like reword the questions.
Yes, bro. Like,
Each different test, they reword
yeah, they would
the
reword it. And
questions.
like the shit that they gave me to study, bro, the way that I saw in the test was not even, it was different words.
Yep,
was
I was
the
gonna
same
say
shit,
it was something
You feel
different,
me?
right?
Something different. And you know how like when you take a multiple question test, there's always 2 answers that you're like, oh yeah, those aren't it. But there's those the other 2 where you're like, damn, these both could be it. You feel me? So you gotta like, pick and match, So like it was like that. And like I remember like I'd be like doing like B a lot, and then like the next one would be like I'd be like, no, I put too much B, I'm gonna do A real quick, Stupid. That's how I thought like the algorithm was, and like doing like multiple choice, So it was super bad.
It's like Barry.
No.
Not this one.
Literally, it was so bad. Like it was so bad.
That's funny, bro.
No.
Shout outs to you for persevering and going through that and
persevering.
Going
Taking the
Great-
77%.
great words, great
Yeah,
words.
no,
you
because
have
Bro,
to, man.
You really
gotta-
do.
because that 77% doesn't transfer over into life
Yeah.
because what
Right.
you're doing
Doesn't.
in life right now, you have a community behind you that a lot of you that view here at Off the Menu because of Barry. He's the hub for us getting a lot of the guests
Yeah.
or being us connected with them
Right.
because of barbershop rules. The way he brings people in turns them on to family.
Yes.
That's the one
Hell
person
yeah.
you're an licensed therapist.
Right.
That's
No,
what it
hell
is.
yeah,
That's
bro.
what it is.
Right, it is.
Like
Hell
I
yeah.
go get my haircut to get like, it's not even a therapy session, but like I like to go get my hair washed, taken care of. To like,
Right.
dude,
Feels good. It
It
makes you
does.
feel
It makes
good,
you,
too.
you walk out after a haircut or any type of
I'm
like
going to Target right after.
yeah, just to walk around.
Go
Just
run
to-
some errands
don't even
real
buy anything. I was like, I don't need to run no errands, but I just want to
Run
show
some
people I got
errands.
some.
Look good.
It's true, man. Barbers have the real power, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we really do, bro.
They know
Like,
everything too. So like that people go in there and they're comfortable talking to you.
They
like,
are comfortable. No, I'll have like some clients, bro, that like I've never met, and like my first time cutting them up, and they'll tell me their whole life story.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
because like I'm just like a barber's really easy to talk to.
You have
You
to
know,
be, man.
You know, so like, and it's good that I come out like that, where like people could talk to me about anything. Like I have people come up to me for like advice, or like relationship advice, or not even advice. It's just like just to listen.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You feel me?
Exactly.
And there's times where like people tell me some fucking like some shit that I don't even know what to say to them because I haven't gone through it, and I don't know anybody else who's gone through it.
Right.
That's that gave me advice for like how they coped with it,
Right.
this and this, and then like when they would end like their like whatever they're saying, I'd kind of be like try to figure out like what to say to them,
Right.
and then like they would just be like, "Thank you for listening." Like that's all I
Yeah.
wanted.
Exactly.
And that would save me. Hell, like I got you, bro.
It's like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to give you nothing like on my
Right.
side, but bro, like trust me, like
You never said anything crazy
I
to
try
anyone?
to no.
Like that's fucked up.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
damn, that's crazy.
You go
Damn,
crazy.
that's crazy. Damn,
There
that's
have been
crazy.
times, bro,
Insane
like,
work.
like I'll have clients tell me like fucking like like their ladies cheating on them, like but like them walking in on it,
Yeah.
and,
Damn.
and then like they'll be like, what do you think about that? I was like, honestly, dog, like I'm sorry, but like it is fucked up. Like like don't get me wrong, it is fucked up, but like I've never been through that, so I don't know how to like.
Right.
But like common sense, if anybody does go through that, I hope you're not fucking with her still.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
me? Like,
exactly.
and that's it. You feel me? Like, because like when you try to keep someone around that's did say you guys were official, did some shit, whatever it is, like, and you try to work it out, it's not gonna work. I mean, it might work out for sure because it could. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying
Yeah.
like all the time, but like people change. I'm not saying, but like there's a part
can
where
do it.
things will change, but that that is always gonna be in your head.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
Regardless.
trust-
I'd be
the
the
trust
number one
doesn't change.
super villain at that point.
Every night, bro. Every
I
night
would
you'll
be the
think
number one
about it, but
supervillain.
you just won't bring it up because when you bring it up, it'll just cause problems.
Boom.
Right.
You feel me? And
It's
then
like, yeah.
and then now it's your fault. You know, whatever.
Because you can't get over it.
Exactly,
Exactly.
because you can't get over it. You know, so
I think it should be a requirement for fucking barbers to go to some like psychology school, man.
Hell
Some
yeah.
shit,
No, that would be
personable
fire, bro.
type
No, like,
shit.
Dude,
Really.
could you honestly
Double the
you do
charge.
that? No,
I'd
it
be a
is.
therapist,
It
then you're a
is.
barber, and I'll
It
charge
is.
you.
You charge
because-
$100 an hour.
I mean, I've sat in some barber chairs, some at Authentic, where
Yeah.
like the food wouldn't talk to me.
exactly.
Just
There's
you know,
people
he
that
just-
don't talk at all,
Yeah, yeah.
bro. There's people that do
Food's
not
on.
talk.
20
You
minutes,
know?
your shit done. It still look good.
It still looks good. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but I mean, like it's different than sitting in with like Barry
That
or sitting
experience,
in with
yeah.
like even Ivan. Like I used to go and just
Oh,
chop
yeah.
it up before my appointment, an hour before my appointment,
Same.
and go
That's
chop
what
it
I
up
do.
with Ivan and just sit there and watch him cut hair, shit like that. You know,
Just
so
chop it up with him.
yep. So
Yeah.
I think it should be
I think
like
the best thing, bro, is like cutting someone who's like so. Actually, like 3 days ago, bro, I actually had this client. My homie brought in his girl's little brother. You know, shout out to the homie Chris for that.
going crazy.
But he walks in, you know, long hair, you know, and I asked him, I was like, "Yeah, bro, like, what do you want?" You know, and I'll kind of give him like a constellation about like their head shape, you know, like what would look good, what wouldn't look good, you know, like the density of their hair, you know, whatever it is, you know, and he was like, honestly, he's like, I never had a professional haircut. He's like, my mom would just cut my hair. So when like I love hearing that because I'm like I'm about to lace this motherfucker up, bro. I'm about to show him. I'm about to show what a good haircut is, you know, and like it was nice for because like it, you know, it's happened like multiple times, you know, where like the best thing about being a barber, bro, is just like making y'all feel good about yourself.
Right.
You feel me? Like
Exactly.
like because there's like with that haircut, bro, I gave him he never had a skin fade. You feel me? He came in with long hair, you know, like super long hair.
Yeah.
And like everything grown out, you know, and like I'm like, what do you want to do? I was like, you have any ideas? He's like, no. He's like, and when they say like do what you want, like I like that, you know, but like maybe like what I want is not what you want.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
me? Like, so I'll literally try to break more questions down. Like, do you want to comb your hair over? Do you want to leave it messy, slick it back,
Right.
go short, you know, whatever it is. And then like, and I'll kind of like suggest some hairstyles with how their hair grows, you know? So his hair would kind of grow to the right because he would kind of train it to the right. I'm like, how do you feel about like a comb over? He's like, I do comb overs, you know? And I was like, all right, like let's do that. And if you don't like that, I'll cut more off and we'll try to style it different, you know, whatever it is. Fucking gave him a comb over, skin fade, you know, and like he didn't look at himself the whole time, you know, like as soon as I turned him around, bro, biggest smile.
He's like, yeah.
He was like, oh my God. He's like, I never knew I could look like this. You know, it made me like, I kind of get like the chills. I'm like, hell yeah, you know, like this is why I do this, you know, to make you guys
Right.
feel good about yourself, you know, kind of like bring back like that self-love, you know, like whatever it is, you know, because you could be so down on yourself, whatever. But then like once you get that confidence in yourself, you kind of realize, you know, like all that shit that I was talking about, like myself, like I was dumb.
It's true,
you know?
man.
You feel me? Like it's
It's
not
very
like
I be
that.
telling
you know?
I be telling
like,
Boo Boo dude like when his shit be growing out, I'm like you haven't seen Barry yet, huh? He'd be like,
I'll be looking all sad and
no,
shit,
man, I'm scheduled next week.
yeah, he came in today for
Yeah, shout outs to Boy one time, man.
Every 2 weeks.
Man,
at
honestly,
least.
bro, shout outs to fucking you guys and like honestly, like my brother's friends, bro. Like they're such a big support. Like, and I've noticed that, bro, because like when I first started, like I used to stream. When I first started streaming, like my brothers would be like, "Yo, like go follow my little brother," you know, this and this, like you know, oh he's streaming, you know, go tune in, whatever, you know, and fucking all his homies, bro, would just fucking come in,
Going
you know,
crazy.
One person I do gotta shout out that whole group though, bro, is Tommy. No, I'm sorry, I fucking love Tommy because like, bro, when I first started cutting hair, bro, like not even like going into school, but you know, like getting ready to go into
Tommy's
school,
like that.
bro. I would cut Tommy, let me cut him up, you know, and ever since then, bro, he hasn't gone to nobody else. I have multiple pictures, bro, of me in the bathroom. He's like throwing the pizza. Fucked up haircut, my boy. Fucked up haircut. I was sitting there thinking like, hell yeah, you know.
That's
like,
when he was living with me, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was when-
you went to go see Barry today? He was like, how do you know? I'm like, look around your ears. And he'd be like,
No.
oh, because like, that's why. But that's how you learn, though.
Exactly.
Right?
No.
So
and
like,
and boy would tell me, he's like, oh, you missed a spot on Tommy. And so like now, like when I cut Tommy up, bro, I make sure I fucking get behind the scenes.
And now,
all
but now
that,
it looks
you
good
know?
every time, right?
Exactly.
See, and that's
Like,
what
now
you
looks
have to
good,
learn.
So,
Shout out Tommy.
Big
bro.
out to shot. Yeah, big
My
shout
first
out to
time,
Tommy,
my first time I
man.
got a haircut from this fool, I didn't go back to him for like the next 3-4 months. He fucked my shit
I
up.
fucked his shit up.
Fuck my
too,
shit up, bro. I went back to Ivan, man. I said, fuck this guy, bro.
Now,
I'm
another
going
big
back.
shout out to, bro, is Pablo. That dude stuck with me.
Yeah.
I fucked his shit up multiple times, and he knew I fucked his shit up, but he still came to me. You feel me? Like, and like till this day, bro, that's one person that I will give free haircuts to until
All day.
until I'm done cutting hair.
Right.
And I even tell him, I'm like, honestly, bro, like if you ever like I don't even like when he gets a haircut, I don't even tell him the price.
Right.
You feel me? Whatever he wants to send me, he could send me. You feel me? Because I would tell him, I was like, bro, like you let me fucking fuck your hair up until I got good, and you're still with me.
Right.
You know, so like
That's a
for
strong
you,
man.
No, and I respect. No,
Yeah.
for real. Like
Yeah,
out of
for
him,
reals.
out of everybody, bro, he's probably one of the only homies that like actually fucking stuck with me. And
I'm
like,
not like that. Fuck that shit.
Once I got my cut for Barry, I'm stuck with Barry.
You did, yeah, you did.
No, I went
and
back.
no, and like
after I see them getting nice, I was like, okay.
that's the thing. So like when
I'll go
when I joined the shop, like a lot of people would like ask me like, "Hey, bro, you ever fucked up someone's hair like super bad where they're freaking out?" You know, honestly, I haven't yet. You feel me? And I hope till that day doesn't come. You know, there have been times where I have gone short. You know, so like authentic. That was a really paisa shop. You know, like just people would just speak Mexican, you know, Spanish. You know,
Right.
like not even no English. You know, and I remember just one day, bro, I was in there and it was just me and this dude, this old dude used to work there. His name was Luis. Bro.
remember that?
Luis, bro? Remember that dude was crazy,
The
bro.
fool always talking
Bro,
crazy.
But his English was like so bad, bro. And like I remember it was just me and him in the shop on a Sunday. Some dude comes in, bro, and he's like, hey, like, Luis said, he's like, hey, he wants a haircut. I was like, all right, you know. Sits down and I asked him, like, bro, like, what do you want? And he just starts speaking Spanish. You know, and like usually like when they do that, I have, you know, Ivan come translate or
Right.
my homie Jose come translate, you know. But I had to have Luis translate for me. Dude, that shit was the worst thing ever, bro. Like, and I could never, even like when he speaks English to me, bro, I couldn't even understand him. I'm just like, okay. You know, yeah, you know. Just, you know, yeah, literally, bro. And like I remember I cutting this dude's top, bro, and like he kept saying shorter, you know. So I'd go shorter, you know, to the point where it was way too short. Fuck. You know, like it was way too short where he was like, this is not what I wanted, you know, like, and he was telling Luis, you know, like, hey, like this is not what I wanted, you know, like he went way too short, you know, this and this. Fade was cool, you know. The top was just hella short, you know, like what he asked for. And I remember like when he was paying, bro, I didn't even want to charge him because I felt bad. You feel me? But it wasn't even like my fault because, you know,
Yeah.
like I didn't have that. It was that language barrier that kind
Right.
of fucked me, you know. So I only, you know, I charged him only $10 for that haircut, you know, because he was, I know, like I still want to pay you, you know, all right, just $10. You know, he still tipped me $5, you know, which I was like, oh hell yeah. You know,
Going
like
crazy.
like cool, you know, and like like what I've noticed too about like when you do your own thing, anything, you know, doing your own business, clothing, art,
Yeah.
cutting hair, you know, whatever it is. What I've noticed is that, and this is like an eye opener for me when I first started cutting hair. So when I first started cutting hair, I know a lot of people, you know, and like I'm really cool with like a lot of people. So I was thinking like, oh, like everybody's gonna come to me,
Right.
you know, but it wasn't like that. It was not like that, and I respect that, you know, like it's cool. Like, I gotta prove myself, whatever, you know. So when I was working at the shop, I worked there 2019. I quit the ending of 2020 in December, and the reason why I quit was because they'd always like when I was going into barber school, they would always tell me like, "Oh, become a barber, like you're your own boss." But in reality, it's not like that.
Right.
I'm sorry, like it's really not like that way. If you're working at a shop, you are not your own boss because you're still going off of somebody and they're still giving you certain hours, even if you're booth rent, you know? Like,
Right.
I'm not saying that you don't have your own hours like when you're doing booth rent because you do, you know? But as long as you make that whatever monthly fee at the end of the month, you know, you're chilling, you know, whatever. But like, I wasn't on booth rent, you know, and I try to do booth rent, you know, and I've been trying to, he hit me with like a pretty high number. And this was like not even like 11 months cutting hair, like 11 months graduating, I should say, you know? So, and like in my head, I'm like, damn, like you really think I got clientele like that to pay you like that, you know? But it's understand because he has a whole business to run, you know? Like that's why like I wasn't like, you know, like I was like, it's cool, bro. I'm gonna just stay on commission 70-30, you know, whatever. Right. But then I started getting into like trying to like customize shoes, you know? So like on my free time, I would do that, but I didn't really have any free time. When I was working at the shop, I would work
Right.
Tuesday through Sunday. And the only day I had off was Monday. And to squeeze everything in on one day was just super hard, you know? So I try to take Tuesday off. Sometimes I would take Tuesday off. Sometimes I wouldn't, you know? It was just like a kind of every other week I would take a Tuesday off, whatever, you know? But I literally told him, I was like, honestly, bro, like I think I'm going to quit, you know? Like, just quit your shop, you know, this and this. Like, it's whatever, you know? Like, and like, he was cool about it, you know, at first, you know, like, no hate to Ivan, bro. But
Of course.
But like there were when I was doing like my own thing, I started working from home.
Yeah.
In like my basement.
The basement, cuz
Yeah, the
man,
basement,
going
'cause,
crazy.
bro. I worked there probably all 2021. The studio I have right now is in like my backyard, you know. That's when like my homies started coming to me, you know.
Right.
I would say like the ending of the barbershop basement, you know, was kind of like, so like this is like what like made me open like my eyes about the homies who, you know, support you, because people will support you, you know, like, and I get it, you know, but there's like two, I think I look at it like there's two certain supports, you know, people who actually do support you or people who actually just, you know, I get it, you know, share your shit, whatever, let people know about you, but people who do that and come to you.
Right.
You feel me? Like there's that barrier where people, I'm not saying that people who don't do that are hating, but sometimes a lot of them are jealous, you know, whatever, like, oh, like we came from the same place, you know, whatever. Like, and he's doing a lot better than like I'm doing. So like, I'm not even going to go show love, you know, like some people are like that. But so like what I've noticed is when I quit the shop, you know, fucking like when I was in the shop, none of my homies came to me, bro. Like all my friend group, I probably had like 2 people come to me out of like my 15 homies, you feel me? That like I talk to every day.
I went there
you
once.
know, and like none of them like, and I never really brought it up to them, you know, because like it's like whatever, you know, like it's whatever. But once I quit the shop, you know, everybody started tapping in with me, you know, and other people know like, oh yeah, like I'm not working at the shop no more, you know, this and this, you know, and then like I see it as like people look at it as in like, oh, he's doing his own thing, like I respect that, like I'm gonna go show love, you know, and ever since I started doing like my own thing, I cut a lot of West Jordan up.
Yeah.
Like so many people, you know,
do.
like from like West Jordan, like even like someone like West Valley too, you know, like I had even had clients, bro, that like I would cut at the shop and like this is like I say like no hate to Ivan, you know, and I haven't really talked about this to him, but like if he does watch this, hopefully we can talk about this. But there's this one, I had like a client, bro, that went to the shop that I used to cut up, you know, and like he walked in, you know, he's like, hey bro, like is Barry here, you know, and so he don't work here no more. And he's like, oh, like, do you have his information? And he was like, no. But he does, you know.
Right.
But as I feel like, you know, and I get it, you know, as a business owner, you don't want to throw your clientele away.
Right.
You know, so you just trying to. So this dude literally made a fucking Instagram account. Didn't even have an Instagram, made an Instagram account just to find me. Fucking got my number and deleted his Instagram account.
That's
So
crazy.
like, and shouts out to him, you feel me? Like
Yeah.
shouts out to him for doing that, you know. He really went to like that extent to like try to find who I was, you know, like
Right.
where I was, you know, or like where I was working, you know. So like, yeah, like it was, but yeah, like right now we're like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good now, which is nice.
Yeah, man.
Been, like,
you're
a year.
doing great.
You've
Yeah,
been
been
busy
busy,
since
yeah.
you've been in the
Going crazy.
backyard.
Yeah, super busy, bro,
Definitely.
and like.
One of
You
the
make your
most
own hours, but
consistent.
Yeah,
you
but-
still make time to cut for everyone.
Yeah,
though.
and that's the thing, bro. Like people say like, oh, like I want to like do my own thing. Like I don't want to work as much, but people don't realize when you have your own fucking shit,
Yeah,
True,
You're
man.
working.
Only one working.
Like 20.
you're
Yeah,
working
you're
more.
working,
You're
yeah.
working more than you
Yep.
were working.
Like
you feel me?
You're your
Like,
own boss.
So,
for
like,
sure.
anytime you can make money in your business, you want to make that money, regardless
Right.
of what time it is, what day it is. You know, this and this. Like I try to have like Mondays off, but sometimes I cut Monday just because you know, like
Yeah.
like they can't come in Tuesday or Wednesday, or they have to wait next week. I'm like, fuck it, you know, I'll just bust it out real quick. You
I
know,
was just
like,
about to say that, like,
it's
man, people,
whatever.
everybody wants to be their own boss.
Yeah, no, for
Until
sure.
you get there and
Until
you're
you
like,
get
man,
there,
I
are,
no,
and it's like-
literally,
you're like, damn,
and
I'm
you're-
really the fucking boss. Like,
you're
shit.
literally-
That's why I took away the CEO title and gave it to the wife. So,
Yep.
so she's still now. I'm not the boss anymore. She's the boss. She just tells us what to do.
I mean, you're your own boss every day. You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
you got to come up. Now you got to do
Yeah.
numbers. You got to go find
Yeah.
clientele. You got to go do
Yep.
this, and that. It's
You
a
gotta
lot
go
of
meet
running
people.
around.
You
You
gotta
got to
get
meet
up.
people.
You gotta wake
yeah.
up. Yeah, on God.
You got to get up and do it. You got to be the
Yeah,
boss.
you gotta be the
Okay.
boss.
Right? Going crazy.
If it's
man.
not you, then who? You know? At the end of the
Exactly.
day.
That's the
Yeah.
one thing about being your boss is like, well, fuck, if it's not me, then it's not happening.
Yeah,
Exactly,
they
it's
ain't
not-
got-
it's
who they
exactly,
doing
just
like-
not gonna
yeah.
happen.
Like I don't get PTO, you know. Like,
Right.
I
He
don't,
said, I gotta make
I don't
my.
get.
He said,
I don't get holiday
I don't
pay.
get no dental,
you
I don't
feel
get no
me? Like,
vision.
exactly. I have
I get no
like
insurance.
no. Literally, I have like no like 401k. You know
Yeah.
that I could rely on. So like being your own boss, you literally have to like like know what I'm not saying that I know because I don't. You
Right.
feel me? Like that's why like, you know, I'm still trying to get advice from people who do, you know, their own shit, who's been doing it for
Gotta do your own taxes.
exactly, bro.
Fuck,
Like,
man.
Fuck that shit.
Taxes,
I hate
fuck,
that.
no.
shit.
1099
bro.
sucks, man.
Uncle Sam, fuck you.
no, literally, bro. Like
No, that's
a
one
lot
thing.
goes in for
That's
sure.
one thing I was gonna say
bro.
about you, man.
A lot
Is
goes in for
is
sure.
you take in what you learn and then you make sure that you get it all done.
Yeah,
done in the
you
right
absorb
ways.
information.
You absorb
pretty
it.
well.
You're just like me. You're just a fucking sponge. You
No,
observe.
literally,
and
I
you fucking
observe
apply.
everything, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like because and it's not because like I have to, but I do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel me?
Right.
Because if I don't, then like I'm gonna be in the same spot that I was last year.
Yeah.
You know, and no one wants to be that. You know,
Right.
like
100%.
at all.
And that's
Yeah.
one thing that I've always appreciated about Barry's, man, is like growing up, I never wanted to be stuck in the one spot, the same
Hell
exact
no.
place that I was this last year. I can never be comfortable. That was one thing. And if anyone's seen it, it was this fool. Like, bro, I was grinding, doing
Yeah.
everything that I could to not be in the same position that I was in the last year that I was. And I felt like it kind of rubbed off on this fool because he
did,
started
bro.
becoming the same exact way. Because I mean, shout outs to my cousins and shit, and no dirt on them at all, but they love it. They love their 9 to 5. They love just chilling at home.
Oh no! Everyone that
working.
does a 9 to
It's
5 that
fine.
can do
It's
it, more
okay.
power to them.
It's
Because
okay, man.
you
It's
have to
hard.
have
do your thing.
You have to have willpower to
It's
work a
hard.
9 to 5 for
Fuck
someone
that.
else.
That's
Because
not
It's
me.
hard.
That is not.
and you can
me.
call it
Yeah.
lazy, you
Nah.
can call it whatever you want. Because like
Right.
people look at it from the outside in, they're like,
Right.
"You guys are just lazy. You guys can't do it." I'm like, nah, like you guys are just stronger. That you guys can, and this that you guys know that's what you guys can do.
Exactly. Like, yo, if that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
that's cool. I was like, that's not me.
But my
bro.
mind doesn't work like that. Our
Mine-
minds don't work
no,
like that.
fuck
We,
Hell no,
I
it
cannot
does
work for
not,
someone.
bro.
I
I
cannot
can't.
tell.
No.
that I have like the whole reason we brought this back up, the whole reason we do the podcast, the reason we make clothing is because I went to CompassCon in 2022
Right.
and I said, I can fucking do this shit.
Right. Hell
Why
yeah.
aren't we here?
Exactly.
And that's how my mind works though. It's like I don't go work like I worked at a call center for 3.5 years. I got yelled
Right.
at by East Coast, South.
Yeah,
I got called
whatever.
honey. I got called baby every like you know,
Right.
like all you learn how to talk to people and I'm actually very grateful I was in a position to be in customer service and do collections
for
because
sure.
I learned a lot
100%.
though.
Yeah,
And I
you-
learned people skills and I learned how to talk to people
Yep.
and learn how to match tones, you know,
Right.
like
Yep.
you get this is all stuff you pick up.
Same, yeah. Like
Very-
that job that I worked, the only job that I worked, like I hated it, but I am grateful for the things that I did go
Right.
through working that job. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I learned a lot in corporate, man. I learned how to talk to people. I learned how to talk to white
Same.
folks. You know,
Yeah.
that's like a big thing. You gotta,
Hell
you
yeah.
gotta know how to
Learn-
talk
learning
to
how to
people.
talk
voice
to
and
all
everything,
different races
man. You really
because
do.
Yeah,
like
like-
you
Hi,
how you
welcome
talk
to
to like a African American or just black and a white person is two different ways
Exactly.
two different
that it
tones.
goes because
Or
like
Hispanics.
yeah,
even
or
Asian
people from the East
people.
Coast,
Yeah.
like people from the East Coast. Okay, like there's one thing that I learned is that people from the East Coast, they're gonna talk shit, but they'll always help you out. People from the West Coast are not gonna talk shit, but they'll pretend to help you out, but they'll always talk shit later.
Yeah, they'll talk
But
shit.
yeah,
later.
so there's two different ways to look at it, and I've learned that. Like I used to hate going to or like hate New York,
Right.
but I realized these guys is just go,
Right.
right? They have no patience to be like sitting there and just be chill like people in California or on the West Coast and stuff.
Exactly, man. You got to be grateful for your path. It doesn't matter where
Yeah,
you
no,
started,
for sure.
especially like
Yeah.
because I was the same way. I started in call centers. I started off as a dishwasher,
Yeah.
worked in call center, and I took everything away from each one of those jobs that I had in the past and put it all into this one thing that I do now.
Yep.
And it all helped me. Everything that
out.
I learned in call centers, I'm on the phone. I'm doing the same fucking shit. Sound like a little white boy going crazy.
Brother,
Hey, what's up, brother? How are you? How are you doing today? Hey, yeah, I'm calling with Priority Source.
Priorities.
You know, so
Priority
it all like everything I still use to this day. Everything that I learned in the last 15 years that I've been working, man, I still do till this day.
yeah.
You know,
To
so
this
it's-
day.
till this day, we got to. And
I can kill an interview because of all the jobs I've done.
Same.
But
Me too. You know how many
my
interviews I've
background,
been in?
my background doesn't get me to the
Yeah.
interview.
Right.
That's what sucks. Is like,
It's so
Yeah.
true,
dude.
man.
Shout out to Adrian Purry. He's like someone I've always looked up to growing up and like over the last 10 years because he's been doing content creation and stuff. But he just released a short video and he talked about how at the end of like 2022 he was trying to find a job. And this is the guy that directed Pilo videos, the E40 and stuff. And he was trying to find a job because it was dying down.
Right.
It was slowing down.
Right.
And he applied for 164 jobs. Got 0 responses. And with his background and directing and producing all that
Right.
stuff, he couldn't find a job. I was going through that same shit after getting
Yeah,
married and
it's
going
true,
trying to
man.
figure it out. I was like, damn, this shit sucks. But then I watched
So
that
ass.
just recently and I was like, man, I ain't the only one going through it. And
Yeah,
you
it's
just gotta
true,
fucking
man.
just go for it.
It's so easy to feel like shit in those moments. So like living in Barry's fucking basement, jumping from job to job, doing this and that. Like I really felt like a big piece of shit. But that's where like off days really helped offset all of that. Like doing and creating my own shit really was like, man, fuck all this. It's all good. Like, I'm down and out right now. It's all good. But you know what? I'm gonna do this, and it made me feel fucking great. You know, so if you ever feeling down and out and feeling like a piece of shit at home, like do something creatively, man, and do something that for yourself.
Learn something, you know.
To do something new.
Do something.
Right.
Because I would have never thought Barry as a barber watching him grow up. You know, see, like, and that's just like me watching.
No, it's
and
just,
I've never.
it's funny seeing Barry who he is now. Honestly.
Yeah,
he
it's
was
true.
a little shit, bro.
I
He was
watched
a little-
him grow up too.
He was a little player,
Yeah.
little shit. He was just out there having fun, and you know.
Yeah.
And now he's a little grown ass man.
You
A
don't
little
know where
grown
you're
ass
gonna-
man.
That's why I said little big cousin, because like I used to sleep on the floor of your brother's room, you know, and like I was there all summer. I'd be there for like 6-7 months at a time, not going home or anything. And I was like, "Damn, where
posted.
Barry at?"
Yeah.
Never
you know,
home.
never home.
Never home.
And this is as a not even a teenager yet, too. You weren't even a teenager yet.
Barely.
So,
Yeah.
it's true, man. Look, if I could go back and fucking change one thing, I wouldn't. I would go do the same fucking thing.
I would have bought
over and
Bitcoin.
over. Maybe I would have bought Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I would've- That's 2013. I would have. That's 2013.
No, I
I would
would've
have told my
did-
dad, like,
no.
yeah, pops, let me just borrow like a G.
2009
Just a
under
G
a
real
penny,
quick.
dude. I'd have like,
That'd be the only thing I do different.
Yeah.
As
Go
far
put
as my-
$100 in.
As far as my job, my experiences, living at Barry's house,
Yeah.
doing all like, dude, I learned so much
Built a
everywhere,
lot of
doing
character,
all of these
for
things.
sure.
And it
Wouldn't
builds
trade-
character.
Yeah, wouldn't trade your
Builds
life
how
for
they
anybody
care.
else's.
I wouldn't
you know?
trade it at all,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
no way.
and just like what Barry just said at the beginning, man, like you cannot forget where you came from, and you gotta appreciate
You really
everything
gotta,
and be grateful
never-
for everything that's going
Yes,
on
man.
and how you got in a position. Even if you're not in the best position right now, you still
Yes,
gotta be
man.
super grateful for even being here and even having the ability to think like, man, I should not be doing this.
This
And
opportunity.
this is not where I want to
Yeah.
be, and then making that jump to get to that next level. Like that's all you really need to really take it next level. So man, shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to Barry's one time, man.
Shout out to
Yeah.
y'all, bro.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
We didn't get to
And
ask
so
all the
what-
questions. man.
what's
No, he
uh?
kind of went into it, but
Going crazy.
actually, you have some questions. I have a few. I have one more question.
No,
though.
go ahead, Tim.
Or actually, not even a
I was just
question,
gonna
but
say, you know,
you throughout the years of you even like running your own business stuff. When I got to watch you grow, you've also supported so many people in
All
Utah,
day.
and like
All
you're
day.
out there, like. If you got a clothing brand, you making dope shit. Barry's there. Make sure you got that small, medium. Like he's gonna be there.
Get locked
fool
in,
was,
lock
he-
in for me.
He got mad one time. We didn't have the
Regardless.
small, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh fuck!" So we literally ordered extra. We make an extra size for him because we know he's always gonna buy. Like no matter what it is, he's gonna cop, and he's been supporting us from the beginning. Like from when we doing off days back then, more about
Exactly.
nothing, and like
Right.
collaborating even with like the team rookie shit. You know,
Yeah,
like
but I
that was
buying
the
their shit
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
and like gotta watch him, and I was like, damn. So. It's all becoming full circle because
Yeah.
the way he
It really
works,
does.
he be cutting everyone's hair that he be buying from anyway. So it's just
Yeah.
coming back
It
and going
comes
back and forth.
hell
You know,
yeah. I
Yeah,
feel
all
like
day, man.
I feel like when you have your own business and you're like local and you focus more on the local brands instead of like the big brands,
yeah.
you'll get bigger faster.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because, you know,
All day.
those big brands, I'm not saying like they don't care about you, you know, but they could care less because
Yeah, they
they're-
can- that-
they already
that's
made
one
it,
less
you
person,
know?
right.
They already
Yeah.
made it, you know, but people who are like trying to come up together and say you put them all in one room, they're going to cook some shit up.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
And like
All day.
something's bound to happen, you know. So I feel like when you show love, you receive love.
Yep. All
Regardless,
day.
if you show hate, you're gonna receive hate.
Exactly.
You know. So like,
hello.
I try not to, you know, fucking
hear
anything that my homies are doing. I would never talk down, and I would just support.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You feel? I won't ask no questions on why they're doing it, this and this. Tell me the price.
100%,
I'm there.
yeah.
You feel me? Like,
And Barry's always done that. I don't know if
so-
there's not one piece that I made of off days
Yeah, I
clothing that
have,
Barry
like-
doesn't
I
have.
have like everything.
He fucking has everything, you know,
Yeah,
from the
man.
day one, from the first Nimbus off days
Yeah.
shirt that we made. The ass as fuck, not very good design, but the motherfucker still bought it, you know. So
yeah.
It's all
day
it's
with
all
it.
learning though. You
It's
know,
all
It is.
learning,
No,
man.
hell yeah.
And
hell
we put
yeah.
out I know we put out some whack shit. We know there's some
Right.
stuff that we've done. I'm like, damn, I wish we didn't do that. But
Yeah,
there's
it
some
could've
stuff
been
from back in the
better.
day. I'm like, damn, I can't believe we did that.
that shit's hard,
You know,
no,
and it's like-
exactly, it's true.
So it's like, okay, we
take
got to
those
live
risks.
with it, and then
Yeah.
we do have to take risk, and
Yeah,
that's the
gotta
one
take
thing.
those
Being a
risks.
creative and being
Yeah,
your
I
own
feel like-
entrepreneur.
People are afraid to take risks because people are afraid to fail.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
Exactly.
and me as a person,
Yeah,
like
reason
I
everything.
tell my clients this, bro, and they look at some of them look at me crazy, but some of them like understand, you know. But like I'll tell my clients like I love to fail.
Yeah,
It's true,
Oh,
man.
Like I really fucking do. Like I love to get shit wrong. Like I
Right.
love to, cause I feel like when you fail in that like that little like span where you find yourself, you learn so much about
It's
yourself.
true, man.
And you learn so much about like what you did and like those little mistakes that you could have made better,
Right.
but you can't change them. But next time something like that does come around, you know what to do.
Yep.
You feel me?
Exactly.
Like you
Just like how your experience with the
Yeah.
burst fade. You thought your shit
Hell
was
yeah,
tight,
exactly.
and then
He said this shit's fire.
literally.
But that's tight though.
I love those are like my favorite haircuts
Yeah.
to do now, bro. Like I love doing burst fades just because of
He's
that
like, I'm
fucking
killing that shit
just
right
because
now.
of that moment.
Sit
like,
back down,
True,
G.
man.
no, literally, bro, it's so bad. I was like,
true, man.
no, bro. Like hell,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Shit was-
Failing is crazy. Like the
It is,
psychology
bro.
behind
the psychology
failing
behind it is crazy.
is
for
crazy, and
sure.
how it makes a person feel in that moment, right?
You got two options, bro. You
Yeah.
either keep doing worse, or you
Right.
learn from
Or
what
you
you
keep
did,
pushing.
and you
Do
go
better.
forward. Yeah.
Right.
do
I
better.
hope it's never going worse, but
But
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
some people do.
Yeah.
Some
It's
people,
true.
Some
It's
people
true.
sulk in their
Absolutely.
failure, and they just don't know how to handle or manage
Yeah.
it.
Exactly,
They don't know how to-
man.
And they don't know how to cope with it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
You know?
one thing that I'm so grateful for not doing, is
Same.
being able to step back, see the bigger picture, and see where I am fucking up in these situations. I fucked up so many times in my life. I failed so many times in my life where I was able to just actually do what, man, I'm good at failing.
Yeah.
So I just changed the
got
grade on the
good
report
at
card.
failing,
Yeah.
I got good at failing, and that's when I realized, like, man, it's not really an L. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
It's not.
a lesson.
It's not an L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
Well, that's what the
really
L
like-
stands for. Is
That's how you
lesson.
look
That's
at
what
it.
people. That's how
you look at it.
perspective, right?
Yeah, that's how you look at it.
Exactly. It's just
100%.
everything's all
Take that
perspective.
L. Yeah, just take that lesson.
All day
for
with it,
sure.
man.
Yeah,
All day
but
with it.
you had some fun questions that you had prepared for him. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't necessarily have.
Well, you had little things in there that you can.
Well, fuck. I mean, he knocked him out. I was gonna ask, like, is there anybody specific or big that you've cut, or any house
Oh,
calls that you've done?
Fuck.
Any?
Honestly, so I did have a Young Boys producer tap in with me
Okay.
to cut him up, but that never pulled through. And like, I didn't want to be like that barber to fucking like pest him. You feel me?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So like, I got his info. I got his address.
Uh-huh.
We never just locked in a time. I did message him back like 2 times, like, hey bro, like let me know, like I'm free this day, I'll make time for you whenever. You just let me know, like I'll pull up on you,
Right.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah, I got you. He's like, I'll let you know like in these couple of days. Never tap back in, and I tapped it in like one more time, like, hey bro, like if you still, you still kind of need it, like I got you. Nothing, and like after that, I wasn't trying to push it no more. I was like,
Pull up to the house.
It's exactly,
I got the
like,
address.
I'm
like,
here,
I guess
G.
whatever, But one person that I do, bro, like shouts out to Max Taylor. That's one person that I
there you
do
go,
actually,
Max
and he's
Taylor's-
local too.
he is.
Like I went to high school with him, and like back
That's
in high
insane. I
school,
didn't realize he was from Utah.
yeah, back in high school, fucking people kind of look down on him, So like what he's doing now, bro, I fucking love it. Like,
Well, he used to get bullied or what? Or
I wouldn't say like I
Not
wouldn't
bully.
say
You didn't have a
bully, but
support or people
yeah,
just
people-
understand
people
it.
just-
people would
People
just
be
talk shit on
hating,
him,
bro.
exactly.
People be hating.
People
would
just didn't
just-
understand, and that's
people
why they
would just
hated.
hate on him,
Bro's-
and then
bro's
like
jacked.
when he
Bro's-
got big, bro, like when he got big, like fucking I cut him up once, like cut it that once.
That was pretty recent though.
that
was
once turned into like every month. You feel me?
Going
Like
crazy.
so like every big event he has, as in like, bodybuilding shows,
competitions
whatever
and shit, yeah.
competitions, like he taps in with me, I cut him up, like
Right.
so like when he goes up and they take pictures of him,
You're like,
Yeah.
and he'll have like,
Like,
a
I did
million,
that.
and he'll have like 1 million likes on that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like people,
Going crazy.
and you can see in his comments like, yo, your haircut's fire, your haircut, and I'm like, hell yeah, like that's fire. There's this one blog he did, bro. He had his videographer come in and just to kind of blog about like his haircut because a lot of
I've
his
seen
people
that.
would
Yeah.
like ask him like, bro, like how did you like. What do you ask for your haircut? Like,
Yeah.
who does it? Like, where do you go? So when he came in, he brought in his little video dude, and fucking like I was just running it down, same thing. I was like, oh yeah, we getting a little burst fade, this and this, and
Burst fade brought him far, huh?
exactly, bro. After that video,
God
after that video, bro, I probably had like in like a span of 30 minutes of that video being released, like when he posted it, I probably had like 35 followers tap in with me and be like, hey, bro, like when can I get in? Like I'm from Max.
Going crazy.
So like big shouts out to him because he really kind of like put me out there for like the gym industry, like
Right.
Yeah.
there's people who I cut, like from like that will drive from like Nephi. I have
God
like
damn.
I have
Yeah,
like I
Nephi's
have like
far
2
as fuck.
clients, bro, that come from like Nephi,
Hour and a half.
Provo,
Yeah,
like
that is
Provo,
far
bro,
as fuck.
like fucking Ogden,
He went to Copper Hills?
Yeah, he went
Right.
to Copper Hills. But he wasn't like how he is now.
Oh yeah, well clearly.
Yeah, like, but like I always just like, and that's the thing, bro. Like I'm so glad that like I was just so cool with everybody in school
Right.
because like when I'm cutting hair now, it's been like 6 years since I graduated, you know, people who like haven't seen me since high school, they found out that, oh, like, what the fuck, you're cutting hair? Like, I'm gonna tap in with you, you know, I'll cut them up. And they're like, bro, I haven't seen you since high school. And we would just chop it up, you know, like, and like, I think like that's like such a good trait to have, you know, just be kind of nice to everybody.
Of course, man.
You know,
Don't
just
burn
be
any
kind,
bridges,
exactly.
man.
Don't burn, because you never know where those bridges could take you.
Exactly.
You know, so
100%.
and like him, like he would always get like, I wouldn't say like people would just talk shit on him, but like every time he would come up to me, I'd say what's up to him, or like when I would see him in the comments, I say what's up to him. You know, it wasn't like full on conversations, you know, like,
"What's good,
but it
bro?"
was just like, you know, little dab up, you know, little just kind of just kick it by each other, and then we'd part ways, you know, whatever
Right.
it is, you know. So,
But those are little things that people like you would never understand in the future, that one little thing that you do,
Yes.
it can change.
true,
it could
man.
change,
It could
yeah,
change a
it
lot.
could change a lot.
Right.
No,
Or if your
literally.
relationship with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
There's
tap us
this-
in with Max Taylor. I'd love to speak to you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you guys should get him out here, bro. I bet he
Yeah.
would be down, bro. And he
Going
knows
crazy.
a lot of people too. So.
Yeah, he's
That'd be really
pretty,
good
He's
for
pretty
y'all.
fucking big,
And he's
honestly.
super nice. He's super humble, so he would hella fuck with y'all for sure. Just because you guys are fam too. So
Going crazy. Yo, I don't want y'all to think that Barry just cutting hair in the fucking back patio on the porch and shit. Shout outs to Daz one time. Shout outs to the
Yeah,
Pops
no,
one
so-
time.
Shout
Yeah.
out, shout out,
Right
bro.
on
Shout
deck
out,
and
dad.
shit.
Yeah.
No, bro. Shout out to my dad because like
He went
honestly,
crazy.
like my dad's the type. I don't know if this is just, like Asian dads, but like
Yeah.
he don't really show love. Asian
No.
dads don't. They never tell you like
They
I
love you. No
they don't-
expression.
They never tell you like I'm proud of you. They do
Right.
it by actions.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Yeah.
realized. You feel me? So like I remember when I was over cutting in the basement, I literally told my mom and my dad, I was like, I think I'm done. Like I want to go branch out into like a studio, you know, somewhere in West Jordan, you know. So I was about to go pay rent, you know, this and this. And like my dad, he's the one who brought up the idea. He was like, why don't we make, you know, your studio in the shed? He's like, we'll take everything out, you know, this and this. I'll build it for you, you know. And that right there made me realize, you know, like now he is actually proud of what I'm doing, you know,
Right.
because like my mom would tell me, you know, she's like, you're doing good,
Right.
you know, this and this, which is nice to hear, you know, but I low key did want to hear from my dad because my dad is not like that.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
But once you mentioned that, it like kind of fulfilled that little thing that I wanted to hear, you
Yeah.
know, where
Right.
I was like, hell yeah, you know, like I'm down, you know, built it up, you know, fucking. So like
It looked nice too.
super
Yeah.
fire, bro.
Going
Like
city.
Fire ass chair, fire ass
no,
everything.
literally, bro,
Lighting is
everything. The
great,
lighting is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
like
lighting is
washing
great.
station
like
in that.
the aesthetics in that shop is super dope, you know, like
Right.
like I know other people who own, you know, like they cut hair at home, you know, but it's not like what I'm doing.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not at
You
all.
feel me? And that and I'm blessed for that, you know, like do what you're doing, hell yeah, you know, like you're making bread, keep going until you can do what you want to do. You
Right.
know, like sometimes you gotta do something that you don't want to do, but you just gotta take it to the fucking chin until like you like have that leverage where you're like, man, like maybe I can start doing this now.
Right.
You know, and like that's kind of like because I didn't want to cut in the basement. I really didn't, you know, like my family would be home all the time, you know, we have dogs, you know, they'd be going crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so like for me, like I wouldn't say I would be embarrassed, you know, but sometimes the house would be dirty, you know, or just a
Right.
bunch of shit around the crib, you know,
Right.
and like my clients would come in, you know, and like I'm just like fuck, you know, but I just had to take it to the chin, you know, like
Right.
I didn't have time to clean up, you know, or like my mom, you know, she's always busy working, you know, so
Yeah.
she can't really clean, you know, like whatever it is, you know, so just like kind of like those little things, you know, I was just like fuck, like I do gotta get into something different, you know,
Right.
like. And I kind of first like was skeptical taking in new clients because I'm like, fuck, like they have to walk in my house. They have to
Right.
see what I have,
And where you live,
Where
and
I
where you
live.
stay, where you sleep,
feel
where you
me?
put the
Where
rest of your head. Yeah.
where my mom sleeps, you
Yep.
know, like my whole family, you know. So there were some clients where I had to turn down, you know, like,
Right.
and I wish I didn't have to, but I just did it just for the comfort of me and my
Yeah,
family,
right.
you know, like, and then like, so like now like with this new studio, you know, that like, you know, like my pops built, I could take anybody because now like they just come through the backyard, you know, like they
Right.
could see where I live, cool, you know, but they just like I'm just glad like they don't see what we have.
They
inside.
separate the
I'm not
privacy.
saying that we have some
Privacy.
crazy shit in the crib because we
Right.
don't, you know, but it's just like you know,
Y'all
like,
got a
like that.
kitchen in there,
Yeah,
fully functional
No,
restaurant.
literally, you know?
Fucking
Yeah,
I go in there.
literally, bro,
Your mom's
like-
cooking 5 things at one time.
It's the
God.
motherfucking
God.
supermarket.
Yeah,
It really
I was like,
is,
I go in there. I'm
bro.
like, if I need garlic or onions,
Cooking it
I
up.
just go in the garage. They won't even know.
Exactly.
God.
But it's true though. We kind of have a similar thing
Kinda,
about it because we
yeah,
have
because-
a studio.
yeah.
When people will like hit
Right.
us up about the podcast and stuff, like,
Yeah.
man, where do you guys shoot?
It's at the crib.
Like, where you guys like? Nah, this is the home that we provided for
Yeah,
other
exactly.
people that live
Other
here. We have roommates here,
Right.
and we turned it into something that that people come in and still get comfortable in, you know. And that's the same thing
Same thing with me.
when I pulled up to your studio and you were cutting my hair, I was like, damn, like
You
this
said,
is
okay,
big
yeah.
moves
Shit
though, for
going
real.
crazy. Yeah.
It's
no,
like
for real.
the hex lights, the everything. They're like the
I
big
had
ass
to-
mirror, the
I
big
had to
ass
take
chair.
bro out. I had to take him out. Like, bro, this is a fucking day to
Yeah.
celebrate, man.
He
We
got
gotta
the
go
big ass
crazy.
toolbox to convert it into his
Yeah.
barber
Yeah, the
stuff.
barber
Like,
going
station.
crazy.
yeah, no, you're everything you're doing right now. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes,
There-
man.
Y'all are
Like,
very
all day.
proud.
When you, the way you're moving, the way you carry yourself, that we talk about all the time too. And I'm happy that we got to see it happen from the beginning
Yes.
to now, and all the people that come on here, like
Literally.
they for real, like SLC Scoop, the Nimbus boys, all these
shout out Barry.
dude. Shout
I
out
love
Barry,
that.
everyone.
Shout
dude.
out Barry.
I know,
I used to, we used to be in your stream. Like I'll have it muted, but I'll still be in there supporting. Like,
Right.
just
and that's just how
watching.
it works, though. And like, and-
Exactly,
man.
that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, shouts out to Dylan because he's the one who kind of put me on Max as well. Like
Yeah.
Max tapped in with him and was like, you know, like who cut you up? You know, and he's like, oh, like, do you remember Barry from high school? Oh yeah, like little Asian kid, huh? And he's like, yeah. He's like, oh, he's like, what's his Instagram? You know, or like his number, you know. So like he gave it to him, you know, and then he tapped in with me and Dylan messaged me. He's like, yo, Max about to tap in with you. Like you gotta lock it in. Like he's gonna take you. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna lock that in for sure, bro. Like,
Of course.
like hell
All
yeah,
day.
you know. So big
God.
shouts out to Dill for that, bro. Like good guy, bro. He's a really good guy. I respect
crazy.
him. Respect him a lot, bro. Like, he's one of the people that I look up to as well, you know.
Yeah.
And he's younger than me too.
yeah,
You feel
it's
me?
crazy.
So-
They,
Dylan
that fool
or
goes-
Max?
they go crazy.
All of
Dylan.
Done.
all of them when I come on here and like I'm not even on the pod with them, I just be sitting there. I'd be like 24, 23.
Yeah, man.
You
Bunch of
you
young
own your own
gunners out here.
business.
Doing
You're
your
out here.
fucking
You're
shit.
entrepreneurs and like
Hell yeah.
man. I used to think about it all the time. I was like, man, when I was their age, it was crazy. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't even thinking about stuff they were doing.
Right.
And then at 25, it's like we got our own crib. We
Yeah,
started doing stuff.
started
So I was
doing
like,
your
wasn't too
shit.
far off. So
Of
I started
course.
putting I didn't put myself down about it anymore. I was like, you know what, I'm fucking doing it
I'm
still.
doing my
Right,
thing. Hell
of
That's
yeah.
it.
course.
And so it
All
doesn't
day.
matter how old, how young you are.
Hell
go
no.
out there and get your shit.
Get your
All
do
day,
it.
man.
Yeah, do your thing. No,
All day.
literally. Because you never know who's watching.
Stinkies.
Yeah. Well, we're coming towards the end here. Man, we can probably go on forever because
God.
I
Hell
know
yeah,
Barry
for
got
real.
stories
Chef
and stuff. But
special?
we might have to have it. Let's do a part 2 at the shop
Oh,
because
that
I know
would
you
be
want to do it
crazy.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, we should do a part
wanna
2
do it at the shop?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
let's.
cut,
The
yeah.
shop.
Yeah,
We'll go crazy.
yeah.
Cut one of y'all up.
Chop
maybe
cut,
fuck,
yeah.
Cut all
Boo-boo.
three of y'all up,
Yeah.
bruh. Fuck.
Yeah,
Do a little
but
time lapse at the end of the video, you know, just be cut y'all up or something.
yeah. Well, don't worry, we got all the stuff. We get you mic'd up and everything.
Yeah, it would be
Oh,
fire.
that's
It would be fire.
That would
Go
be
crazy.
that part 2 would go crazy
But,
for the shop.
You know, we
Hell
do a
yeah.
segment here called the Chef Special. You provided
crazy.
so many things already, so much information to everyone already. But
Right.
you know, just it's free game to anyone right now.
All right, so
Which is
I was
your
telling
favorite meal?
Q's this earlier, like when I was coming over, like my stuff special was like I try to follow 3 things like in life is
Going crazy.
It's something to look forward to, something to follow, and what's the other one?
Something to chase.
Yeah, something to chase. So as in like something you look up to, it could be God, it
Yeah.
could be the people who inspire you, you know, and something to like look forward to, you know, is your loved ones, you know. So like basically like what I'm doing is for me for sure, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like, you know, I'm for sure doing this for like my mom, you
Yep.
know, like all my homies, you know,
Right.
you know, like my lady, you know, everybody, you know, her family, you know, that's who I look forward to, you know, and someone to chase is basically me,
Yeah,
but future me, you know, me from
Of course.
5 to 10 years, you know, that's who I'm chasing, you know, like I'm not like, I don't know what he's doing, you know, but as every year goes by, he's always going to be ahead of me. And that's
Yeah.
something that I need to chase, you know,
Right.
even if it's good or bad,
Mhm.
you know, like that's something that I will always chase is, you know, myself, you know, like as in just trying to be great, you know, just
Right.
trying to not even like be the best, you know, but just do what I can for like my family, like my loved ones,
Right.
whatever it is, you know, just make them proud, make myself proud, most importantly, you know.
Right.
So
yeah.
All day.
yeah, so like that's my chef special today, you know, just kind of believe in yourself, you know, do what you have to do, you know, and it's okay to fail, you know, and
All day.
honestly fail because you will learn a lot of shit. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like, and
All
don't
day with it,
sugarcoat
man.
the failing, you know, take it
Never.
all in. Take it all
Never.
in. Every beat, you know, every piece of it, you know. So,
I ain't ever had to sugarcoat nothing
Hell
with
yeah,
Barry,
so-
man. I gotta just tell him straight up
Yeah.
how it is, bro. All day with it.
Yeah, and like honestly, like Key's probably one of the people that I really do look up to. He's like my
Thank
number
you,
one
man.
person
Yep,
that
yep.
inspires me
We
because
love
like
that.
out of all my siblings, like we're not like he's like my cousin, you know, like blood cousin,
All
but
day.
he's like my brother because the reason why I say this because I have 2 brothers. I'm nothing like them. But when you compare me to somebody, it's my cousin.
Going crazy.
Literally, because
Going
ever since like
crazy.
I was young, I would see how he would fuck up, you know, and like I would learn from that. Not even because like I'm not even in that situation,
Right.
but I would take that in, you know, whatever
All
he's
day.
going through, I would take that in, just so if I ever do come across that, I know how to cope with it, or cope with it different than how he coped with it, you know. So shouts out to him, you know. Shouts out to y'all, you know.
Yeah,
Shout out to the
man.
NIM boys, you know.
All day with it.
DRS, bro.
Going crazy. Time in life.
Yeah,
Rookie
Diamond
squad.
Life, bro. Shouts out
Going
to the homie
crazy.
Dizzy, bro. Fucking Josh, everybody, bro.
Yeah,
Big shouts out
man.
to Soralia. She's like my biggest support, you know. When fucking I didn't know who I would be without her, you know.
All day.
This and this. So yeah, shouts out to them, bro.
Man, shout outs to
Literally.
you, fam. Thank you for coming
Thank you
through,
for you
sliding
guys
through
for
over here.
Thank
And,
you.
Loved it. I loved
us-
it. Loved
let us
every
be
minute
there.
of it.
This
bro.
has
Fat
been a long,
fades.
this has been a long time coming
Been a
though.
long
This
time
is,
coming.
Has.
we have
Yeah.
everyone that comes on here. They're like, y'all haven't had Barry yet. Y'all haven't.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It has
no,
been a lot,
we're
yeah.
saving that one
All
for the
day.
new year. We
For the
wanted
new
you to
year,
help
new
bring in the
year.
new year and
Hell yeah.
give that energy
I
back in.
appreciate
First
you guys.
episode? No,
No, this will be the second episode of the year, but
Yeah.
I wanted to, because like I like I said, I watched Barry grow up, and I knew everything that he was gonna do coming into the podcast already. He's already gonna bring all that energy,
Right.
and just
Oh,
know
yeah.
what he carries himself really well. And
Right.
like I said, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
I'm excited for your future. And when the first time I got cut by you, you gave me your 5-year plan. You told me what you want to
Yeah.
do before 25, and I was
Right.
like, man, I usually have to ask people what they want to do. Or like, well, I used to have to. I'm usually in the position where like, man, like, what do you want to do for the next 20 years in your life?
Right.
And but you were just cutting me up like, man, I'm trying to retire by the time I'm 25. I'm trying to get my own shop so I don't have to work for myself and have people work for me. And I'm like,
Right.
dude, see, but at least those are out there, and you're telling yourself, and that's what you need to do.
Manifesting
Yep.
for
Exactly.
sure. Even if it doesn't like come to like what I said, but
Yeah.
for sure in the works.
Yeah,
All
see,
day
but it's all gonna
You know,
happen.
It's all
Yeah,
gonna happen.
it'll
sooner
happen.
I
than
told
time.
Amy 10 years ago
You
when we
know.
first started dating, I was like, I wanna have my own clothing line. And it was some bullshit ass clothing line I made up on the spot just because I was trying to
Yeah,
like
just
I was trying to
press her.
I was trying to talk to her and shit. and then 10 years later, look what I'm doing. I'm
Doing your thing.
Yeah.
Hell
It all still
hell
happens.
Yeah.
It all still happens, man. And
No.
again, shout outs Barry's one time, man. And let me tell you, I tell you every fucking single time, we are so proud of you
Yep,
over
yep.
there.
Thank you.
We love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
And
you.
don't ever
Sure.
stop.
I
You
appreciate
inspiring everybody. You inspiring the
Yeah,
young
never.
nephews, nieces to go out and
And
get
the
it.
older
Yeah.
folk. Don't get that
Yeah.
fucked
And the
up
older
too.
folks all day.
Yeah.
Trying to do
So
that.
shout outs to you,
Everybody
Barry's.
around
Thank
me,
you
for
so much
sure.
for coming through. Off the Menu, episode 49.
Nine.
Yeah.
No.
Appreciate y'all.
Going crazy
Thank you
for
so
y'all.
much,
Thank you
y'all.
so
Thank you
much.
for having me.
Be
Peace out,
excellent,
y'all.
be beautiful, and be yourself, stinkies.
You a slut. Ow! Ow! That's for Moose. Sorry, I had to say it. I was